This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
I'm ready for a Glock pistol in 5.56.
Butt cream added for free shipping.
You ever try wooden bullets?
I need to put my Crocs in sport mode.
Shooting fast is like doing cocaine.
Sports, not the ones in Celsius.
What?
Sports, not like European sports. Or like American sports are the ones not in Celsius.
He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to Canada. In a town called St. Helens, a man who accidentally shot himself in the face while drunk has been jailed for more than 5 years. Yeah, he's going to prison because he shot himself in the face. Anthony McCall discharged the self-loading pistol, we call that a semi-automatic in America, at a house in St. Helens, Maryside, on the afternoon of June 11. Or actually, it's from the BBC, so it was 11 June. The police said he needed surgery, and it later transpired that McCall had accidentally fired the weapon into his own face. The 36-year-old was convicted of firearms offenses at Liverpool Crown Court. He's jailed for 5 years and 4 months. Shot himself in the face, and he's going to prison for 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, that's Canada.
Convicted of possession of a firearm, possession of ammunition without a certificate, and possession of a firearm and ammunition when prohibited for life.
Oh, okay. So this is not because he shot himself. It's because he's a prohibited possessor.
Yeah.
With an illegal firearm.
It sounds like And
then they also have you must have a permit to have ammunition. So like, yes, while their laws are dumb, apparently this guy's dumb.
Yeah.
an extra asshole.
I remember my dad telling me when he was going elk hunting in Canada, he got to the border, and you have to. It's not a big deal to take. And this was before Canada went bananas with guns. This was back in like 2005.
Yep.
He gets to the border, and he's got a hunting rifle. Just I think it was a 35 Wellen Remington 700. And he gets to the border, and he's like, yeah, I need to report a firearm. And the guy at the gate is freaking the fuck out. You stand here, get out of the vehicle, hands on the hood. He's like, what? Well, then finally, this guy was apparently new. And if you show up with a pistol at the border, that's kind of a big deal. But if you show up with a hunting rifle, it wasn't really a big deal. And so this guy's boss showed up, and he's like, would you just go back to the office? I'll take care of this. And then it ended up not being a big deal. But the guy did tell Dad, hey, next time, make sure you say it's a hunting rifle.
Yeah. Yes. It's
noted.
it's very much when the cop pulls you over, don't immediately say, I have a gun. Would you like to see it?
Yeah. No, that's not a wise play. There was a story from, where was this from? Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, it's an older story, but
it is.
Yeah, I can't find the video on it.
2017.
Yeah, I thought it was more recent than that because I only saw the video recently. But Constable Rory Manmohan,
sure,
take on him firing an armed bandit who held him and a woman hostage during a holdup of a casino on Thursday. Whatever.
A Thursday a long time ago, in the long ago.
Right. Who works in the court and process branch and is assigned to the Tanapuna police station, was hailed as a hero by colleagues for single-handedly thwarting the robbery, preventing bloodshed. A police officer of the past 29 years said he was off duty at the time, gambling at the electric roulette machine inside the Happy Lion Casino at Gordon and Broadway in Armia. And basically, the guy walked in and like grabbed this chick and was like pushing her into him as like to rob them, and he pulled his gun and shot the dude in the face at like 2 feet.
Now the off-duty cop was the guy in the striped shirt. Because they've got a still from it in the story.
Yes, I believe so.
Because the other dude is like going down.
Yeah, he was like trying to grab him, and this dude was just like, nope, and just domed him.
Pew. That's quite awesome. I would, because after you posted that video, I was trying to find the video in the article, and there was nothing.
Right, I could have swore that I had the video in the article, and that's why I just put it. But things I'll learn for next time.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is coming out on Wednesday. There was sort of this event that happened last Saturday. There was a little thing.
Just a little one.
Little one. Hadn't happened in 43 years. Well, actually, it wasn't a sitting president. It's a former president. But, yeah, a guy took a poke at Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania. And the first video I saw of it was on Instagram. And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was Ben Steger's story. And he just posted the video with nothing.
Yep.
And it was just video. And that was the first time I saw it. And I hear the cracks. And I'm like, that sounds like the supersonic crack of a bullet flying by.
Yep.
And then he gets down. And you know how the first time you see something, you just sort of remember what you remember. And the details are usually not correct. I remember Trump like getting down behind the podium after the shooting started, but I never saw him reach for his ear or his hand, to the side of his head.
Right.
And you never see like the strange hesitation. It was just sort of like, oh, he just sort of calmly got down. And then you rewatch it and it's like, oh, he realized, oh, someone's taking a poke at me and I need to get the hell down. And it was, yeah, that was pretty wild, huh?
Yeah. Gotta keep it interesting. And because we are recording this not on Wednesday, we have literally no real information on the guy who did it, why he did it, what.
No.
And so it's like, I mean,
his name is out, Thomas Crooks.
Well, even that has been a little bit. There was some. Of course, people are trying to assign like what side he was on and what his motives were or whatever, and so they found like some Thomas Crooks or whatever that was like donated to the Democratic Party, and they're like, this is him, and it turns out the dude has been like a lawyer for 25 years, and so couldn't be a 20-year-old, and so. Wait for the information to fully settle before you make opinions.
Lots of the and even just some of the gun stuff that was said. I was watching because I didn't have an antenna on a TV near me, and I don't have cable anymore, and I don't have anything that streams like live television, except for Paramount Plus. Well, they were streaming live on their CBS News 24/7, so that was pretty much the only news coverage of it I was watching, and. Now, I don't want to be like the old photo who's like, they're saying factually incorrect things about guns. I'm not going to go off there. However, the dumb bitch who was talking on the television said something about how AR-15s are not known for their accuracy. And I kind of giggled.
Yeah.
I mean, are they as accurate as the sniper's rifles that were? No, they're not. But at 130 yards,
right?
They're pretty good.
They're fine.
Yeah, they'll do the job. It
Apparently
was
not.
Well, it depends on who's behind it, and the circumstances, and the whole thing is just wild. Like there's. The thing, I've heard people like railing on the Secret Service, like, how are they not tackling him faster? Like, they're on him. Like, as soon as it was evident, oh, these are gunshots. Like, there were dudes tackling him.
Well, yeah,
it happened within a couple of seconds. It wasn't like they waited around for 10 seconds and then rushed. You know.
Yeah, and people. Like, people are shitting on one of the Secret Service agents because she was, like, shaking or something like that and couldn't get her gun back in the holster. And you're like, adrenaline dumps will do that to you.
Yeah, you'll have a hard time with simple tasks. Like, if her pants aren't full of shit. You know?
Because that security team, just like you said, became the first security team to deal with a shooting at let's say, a high-level public official since Reagan.
Well, and you can say a president because he's a former president, so he would have Secret Service no matter what.
Right. Right. But yeah, and so it's. I mean, Clint Eastwood literally made a movie about like being the last Secret Service agent from that era back in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it there's a long conversation about the Secret Service, and like they almost get so bored because nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
That they lull themselves into, because you can only be on guard for so long before you're like, yep, totally. This is it. It's just. I mean, these guys have probably been to hundreds of Trump rallies, and they're like, oh, it's another Trump rally, like, okie dokie, and then like, oh snap, gunshots, they ring out like a bell, and so then they had to do some stuff, and they were like, oh shit, that training we did like 2 months ago, what? Oh yeah, let's do that. And
as far as the, like, people are already jumping on the failures of it. The failure was the preparation. I don't think, like, in the moment, I mean, at face value, being somebody who doesn't really know much about it, or how it works, and just based on interviews from former Secret Service agents I've seen on TV, for the most part, they say the people on the ground in the moment did it the way they're supposed to. Like,
yep.
The one thing that was curious was, like, standing him back up. I did hear one guy go, yeah, I don't know if we would have quite had him up that high, but he's also, like, the agents know him and he knows them, and they kind of know how, like, they have to deal with him.
Like, okay, I'm going to probably put myself out on a limb here, but he's a large, fat, out of shape old dude. Like, you probably can't get him to do like a hunched over like trench run. You probably got to like get him mobile. He probably has to be in a kind of standard-ish walking like stance. But
and he was stop it. They're trying to move him, and he's like, stop.
Right, he had to pose for his photo op, and he's a showman, and so it people are going to shit on, because people shit on literally everything, and there's going to be conspiracy theories, and there's going to be all kinds of dark and horrible things that come out from both sides, and it will continue to make life interesting.
Yeah, to say the least. Anyway, I still can't if you listen to the video when the shots are happening, like, just like close your eyes and listen, because I don't have audio of it. I wish I had thought to do it, but my son really wanted to go fishing today, so I took him fishing after I got done with my class. I think there's 3 shots initially, and then there's like 3 rapid shots, and then there's one more shot like 5-6 seconds later. And I'm wondering if that isn't the snipers taking their shot, because it kind of sounds a little different. Now, microphones do weird things to gunshot sounds.
Right.
So but it sounded a little different than, because you're just hearing bullet cracks.
Right. There's a part of me, based off of some of the stories I'm reading, that like the snipers like were trained in on the dude. They just weren't 100% sure if he was like a bad guy or if he was like some local smoky that had like occupied a space that they hadn't planned on. And so they were like aiming at him. So like, I think the first 3 shots were like him, and then the next 3 were actually them firing back, and then the last one was just an anchor shot.
Oh, okay. That also makes sense, because there were 2 guys up there with bolt guns. But like the only reason I thought it was the bad guy was because the second volley was like pew pew pew, like it was fast.
Yeah,
like it had to have been from like either 3 rifles or a semi-auto.
Yeah, and I've listened to the audio too, and so I could definitely see it being 2 bursts of 3 and then 1 shot back. I could see it being 3 and then 3 shots back and then the anchor shot.
Yeah,
I'm sure, but before Trump gets rid of the FBI because reasons, I'm sure they'll give us great, like, you know, the string, like, here's where the bullets came in, like 3D animation and all this stuff. I'm sure we'll get a whole thing about it. The History Channel is probably going to make some documentaries.
Yeah, and the case will still be attached to the bullet when it's flying through the air.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah, just the rhetoric is, a little wild.
Are you just learning about the rhetoric though?
No. I mean, but so far, like, the 2 candidates haven't been inflammatory themselves.
No, they're doing the proper adult
They're doing
thing.
the correct adult thing so far. And I hope that continues. I hope the rest of the campaign is a very, very boring thing where they literally just talk about issues and quit shit talking. I don't think it will happen.
No.
But I'm sort of wishfully hoping and thinking it'd be nice if it did happen. You know, the fact that Biden was yanking a bunch of advertising in light of what happened because it was it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. Oh, that was unfortunate. You know.
Yeah, I mean, and Trump a few years ago shared a thing from a guy.
I'm not saying either of them's innocent. I'm just saying that it was just like a few days ago he said that. You know. And the timing's unfortunate. I'm not trying to say anyone's higher or mightier than the other. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the shit sounds bad with age sometimes, you know.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to other things. So, what separates the pack and how much should you train it? What?
Yeah, so
I added 2 sub-questions to it, but go ahead.
So I'm actually going to start with golf.
Okay.
Because it gives a
Have
nice...
you played golf? Do you understand golf?
I understand it. And I know people who deal with high-level golfing. And so they explained this to me, and it made me understand it better.
I'm not a high-level golfer, but I've golfed a lot.
Right. So what do you practice when you golf?
Nothing. Opening the beer can?
Exactly.
No, there was a time where I did practice a bit, but it was mostly just trying to not completely suck. I was never trying to be great. I was just trying to be competent.
Right. And so basically I bring it up because my friend explained it to me. He goes, newbie golfers think they need to get their drive longer. Expert golfers work chipping out of the sand.
Short game. Yep.
The short game and chipping out of the sand.
You drive for show and putt for dough.
Exactly. And it's the same thing for shooting. People think they need lightning fast splits, lightning fast draws. They need to, the bill drill needs to be a second, whatever. And that's not actually that's not what separates good people, because most people can get to a 1.5 second draw. And if you're talking like, oh, I have a second draw and you have a 1.3 second draw, you're like, okay, 0.3 is one transition or one split. It's not a big deal. But people will focus on this, or they're like, oh, I'm trying to get my bill drill time down. The farther down I can get it, the better. And you're like, no, it doesn't really help you a lot.
No.
And so for USPSA, it's long shots, partials, and small steel, in my opinion. That's if you're a stage designer and you're like, how do I make this separate the pack? Those are the 3 things you need. And
those at the correct distances.
Right. And because you can
if any of those are too far away, I mean, distance shots, if it's an open targeted distance, whatever it is, that's fine.
Right.
Partials at distance,
the national IPSC.
If you just make everybody post up and stand there forever to shoot them, it
does separate them a little bit.
But if it's a little closer, it'll separate them more.
Yeah, and learning how to do that, you can even make a close open target a splitter, if you can get it so where the experienced or high level guys are trying to take it on the move, but a newbie has to stop for a second. Mm-hmm. And that's one of those stage design things. It's tough. I mean, it's really tough, but putting it kind of hidden behind a barrel. But if you're really good, you're like, oh, okay, that's 5-yard shot, put 2 on it, move on. Whereas a newbie might be like, oh, I got to transition over here. Okay, I did this. Okay, moving on. Because at our last match, we had 2 stages that were almost exactly the same. And they were basically 12 open targets in 3 different ports. Yeah. And so there was nothing to really separate anyone. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's if you're trying to be good, you're trying to we've said it before, once you're A class, your shooting is pretty damn good. if you want to get better from A class, you have to start doing the unfun things like shooting partial IFSIGs or shooting open targets at distance or small little or if you can get small steals, shoot small steals. Like
it's funny you say that because I'm still in A class and I don't partial up targets a lot. I will do tuxedos a fair amount.
Yeah, those are reasonable.
Even though no shoots are like easier because you just stack another target on it,
Right.
But I haven't done that a hell of a lot. I find if I just aim, like partials aren't a problem.
No, they're a mind game.
They're a mind game. 100%. Partials are mental. It's just stopping on it long enough to actually get those 2 alpha like that. On my stage at the stage I ran at Cornhusker, that tuxedo to the left, man, that the black on that tux ate a lot of bullets.
Yeah,
a lot of bullets.
And it was probably a 12-yard target.
It was like the perfect distance for a tuxedo. It's not hard, but it's hard if you're entering and trying to shoot it entering the position.
Right, and that I was just about to say that the thing that added to it was the only thing you could do entering that position.
Yes.
And so it became the
number of people who shot 4 bullets at that target was staggering.
Yep.
It was a lot.
Yeah. Well, and going back to the partial no shoot, one of the things that can happen is people look at the no shoot so much that they're almost like, look at the threat so that I don't shoot the threat. And what does your gun do? Go to where your eyes are. And then you're like, oh snap, I just put one right in the middle of the no shoot. Ruh-roh. And so getting used to that, and like me and my buddy Nick, when we train together, we're never nice to ourselves. And so like we will have one open target and the rest will be partials of some sort, and it hurts our soul.
Yeah,
and getting that confidence to say, yes, I can stack bullets in a small alpha zone and not be worried about shanking them into the no shoot. Like that's a skill set.
I do it a lot easier with my tac sport than my Glock. I'll say that. As long as I'm not like, if it's closer, I'll screw it up. If it's farther away, I'll just bury them right in there because I'll respect it if it's far away. If it's close, we're gonna drag on a Mike Alpha for sure. There was speaking of the long partials and like the separation, I was listening to the Paracast last week, and Robert Wyatt he shot on the same squad as Eric Graffel. Or Gruffle, I guess, as people. I had a French guy in my basement last night or 2 nights ago recording a podcast for my other show. This dude we've known over the internet, me and my old morning show partner, known him for 10 years. Finally met him in person Friday night. It was awesome. But he's French, and I spelled Eric Graffel's name, and he's like, that would be Graffel. And I'm like, okay. Well, you're French, I'll trust you. But everybody else was calling him Groffel after Nationals. Whatever. Robert watched him shoot the whole match and said he pretty much doesn't shoot on the move much.
Nope.
Everything's for the most part, not
I
exclusively.
I feel validated.
And as soon as he said that, I'm like, fuck.
Yes.
Validation
Winning.
for Jeff. We can't be doing this anymore.
No, my ego's large enough as is. Like,
God.
Can't inflate it anymore.
Speaking of which, I showed the French guy a picture of you and I. He's like, he's very tall.
2.09 meters.
Yeah. You're over 2 meters, Jesus. No, you're not. You're not. Oh, wait, that's 6 feet. Never mind.
Yep.
I was thinking that was a meter was 6 feet. I'm dumb. I'm tired. Another thing, this is the thing I remember them talking about on the Paracast months and months, maybe even over a year ago. There was a stage they were talking about at a club match they had out in Salt Lake where it was really close and hosey, but they would have like, an upside down USPSA or like a regular USPSA, upside down USPSA, and then a tux. And they're powder burn distance, like they're close. And then one more in that array of 4. If you're going to do an array of 4 targets close, that's how you do it. You got to have something to kind of make people hit the brakes and change gears and whatnot.
And we are saying sometimes it's nice to have one stage where you just burn it down. Like that.
Yes, they're fun. Just don't have a whole match of it.
Exactly. But like, because I sent him, I sent Andy the video of a very close, like, I think it was like a 16 hit factor stage.
Yes.
And he set it up, and like, just thinking of that one, putting like 3 tuxes and like 1 mini steel in one of those spots completely makes that stage like, oh crap.
It would probably drop the hit factor by 3.
Yeah. So it's
because it was so hosey.
Right. And so that's what separates the Graffels and the, you know, Jacob Hetheringtons and the JJ Ricazas and stuff versus your like B-class shooter who's like, you know what I want to do? Build drills. And because, yeah, it's fun to shoot fast. Like, my buddy, I took a friend shooting, and my buddy Lane was down there, and he heard me like ripping some build drills, and he goes, "I was trying to impress your friend there, weren't you?" And I was like, "No, they're just fun."
We should have a drinking game on the show. Every time Jeff mentions Lane, it's a shot, everybody. So make sure you have a shot of something.
I'll drink to that. But for in the CCW world, do you think that it changes?
Yes. I think CCW, like, duty, like, cop shooting, I think, like, a thing they should do a lot of, just as somebody who knows how to shoot a pistol, like, I mean, doubles is a useful drill, but something like practical accuracy, like putting a lot of confirmed shots as quickly as you can on a spot.
Yep.
Like, that's huge. That's
right.
Because I mean, not to sound like there's a lawyer tied to every bullet. I'm not talking about that, but they do need to be accountable for every round they fire. You know, they need to make sure they're hitting bad guy as much as possible.
Right. And at the same time, like, everything I just said for the competition world of like what separates them is, it's for me, it's almost the opposite. Is if you're training for CCW, you're training it for law enforcement, you're training for military, whatever, you are getting your draw time down and getting your first 6 shots. That's a real world situation. Like that's 99.5% of all situations are get my gun out quickly, put 6 rounds into a anatomically significant portion of their body, done. And no reloads.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, the reloads, the racking your gun off of your boot stuff. Like smashing your optic 18 times on a cement wall to be like, is it going to survive? No, it's not. Just like you don't hit your laptop over on the side of your desk to be like, will this survive the trenches of Ukraine? You're like, no, it won't. Like,
can I pilot a drone with this laptop? Oh no, my gaming Omega or Omen laptop can't. Nope, it's not tough enough. You know, I think about when you mentioned police officers, as we were talking about that with like cops. I think like I'm not asking any of my friends who are cops and USPSA shooters. I've never asked any of them if they've had to shoot anybody, but I think about, you know, because we know some guys who are cops who are pretty damn good shooters, and if they were in that situation, like, I gotta believe like they're probably not having a stray round.
Yeah,
you know, like all their bullets are at least gonna go through the guy.
Yeah, I know of a Nebraska-based shooter that was in a shooting. He fired 9 rounds. 3 of them were to break the glass open, and then the next 6 went into the guy.
No shit.
Yep.
Wow.
So like there was actually a kind of a semi-interesting. It's like a 2-hour podcast done by Firepower United, Inranged or Forgotten Weapons, Pulling Tactical, and some other guy. Where they were talking about competition shooters and like their ability in real life situations, because they were doing a lot of force on force. And I'm like, every video that I have of a competition shooter in a shooting, they do amazing. And we're not talking like GMs. We're talking like B class.
B class guys, yeah.
Yeah, like high C, low B. There's a famous one out of San Francisco, LA.
There was one like
Tony
in
McBride.
Minnesota somewhere too. I think it was like, I don't think it was suburban Minneapolis, or maybe it was, where was it? I think it was a smaller city outside of the Twin Cities, where a guy, he was like an off-duty cop, but he was a USPSA shooter. And
I haven't seen that one.
I don't know if there's video of it. I can't.
Ow.
God, I'm pretty sure it's Minnesota though.
Because the one I'm thinking of, I think her name's like Tony McBride, or she was a Terran tactical shooter, and she had a guy walking her down with a knife, and she fired, like, they actually tried to like get her on her USPSA shooting because she put 3 like pairs of shots into this dude, and they're like, you fired 6 shots because of your USPSA-ness, and then she was like, I fired exactly 6 shots and hit him 6 times. I have no problem with this.
Yeah. No, it was, oh God, it was like within the last, I want to say it was like at a mall or something. A guy who was, I don't know if he was on duty or off duty. No, it wasn't Eli Dickin. No, this was a guy who was a cop, and he was also a USPSA shooter. And he ended up taking the guy out. And, of course, you never heard about it ever again because he was not looking for any attention from it whatsoever. But I wish I could remember who it was or where it was. Not so I don't know if they ever identified him, but maybe they did. But anyway, memories, they're so fleeting and incomplete. While I take another sip of my Costco bourbon. This shit's not bad for $20. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
My French friend was so impressed that I had 750 milliliter bottles of whiskey, metric system. And we're trying to do that podcast dropped yesterday. If you're listening to this when this drops, we ended up in a discussion trying to figure out, like, okay, South Dakota is really cold, but what are those temperatures in Celsius? And we were getting confused about, wait a minute, when you say 12 below, are you talking about Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because Fahrenheit, that's really cold. Or wait, is that colder in Celsius or Fahrenheit? Shit, I don't know. But he did say they intersected around 40 below. 40 or 44 below is where Fahrenheit and Celsius intersect. No one gives a shit about that. So this was a fun thing on Reddit because Jeff was in a pissy mood before this, so I'm glad I found this. Which pocket pistol for deep concealment? This is from Reddit, not our Reddit. It's from the CCW sub.
I mean, the first question is, how much lube are you willing to use on this gun?
Yes.
To
how
get it
deep
into the prison wallet? How
deep do you have to get it into your rectum for it to be deep concealment? A lot of people, like the OP on this post is talking about the Ruger LCP Max. Any Max gun, I'm going to give a big no to. That's just going to be a little too much girth. I'm not here for it. No, and certainly not a J frame. This guy said I tried a J frame, but it was too thick in the cylinder.
I mean, with that attitude.
The thing is, this is so fun to read if you just think about it like the butt guns, like in the early episodes of our show. Like, we just kept running into these butt gun stories. And
yeah,
I'm just going to read this post. Just think about it as if they're talking about sticking a gun up their butt. This is the top quality entertainment you get on Not Another Shooting Show. So I usually carry a Glock 19, but for deep concealment, I'm using a Ruger LCP Max. It is a great gun, but it is just so ever slightly too large. It prints just a little bit in my jeans.
Looks like he's got a tail.
It's like he's eating the Wow chips back in the day. Remember those? The ones with the Lestra? Wow, I crapped my pants because the indigestible fat would just cause anal leakage. I'm looking at a few other pistols to replace my LCP Max. He wants people to vote below. I tried a J-frame, but it was too thick in the cylinder. I looked into the C-Camp LWS. What is that? But I read so many posts about its unreliability.
Yeah, so
C-Camp? What the hell is that?
They're shitty. They're awful.
It's like a poor man's Sky.
Yep.
Okay.
This might have been the pistol that one chick in St. Louis, the rich chick that the husband had like a M6 or an AR-15 A1.
Oh yeah,
and like I think she had one of these. Like,
oh God,
they're awful.
He's got an A1 Colt. She's got a $100 pistol. Great.
Yep.
Way to go. The options he's looking at are the Keltec P32, the NAA Guardian 32. What is that?
I don't know what that one is. I know NAA is the company that makes the mini revolvers.
North American Arms. There's a little 380 or 32 ACP pocket pistol.
Yeah,
the same thing in 380. Or keep the LCP max.
Right. Pocket pistols, like, that we don't have, like, the old school, like, Browning 1903, like, tiny ass 25 ACPs.
Oh, we forgot to mention our opening story. The guy that in Canada that shot himself in the face. He did it with a really cool old pistol. It was we believe. I think we've done enough internet research. The pistol was an FN 1922.
Yep.
Which was available in either, was it 32 ACP and 25 ACP? Is that what it was? You had the Wikipedia page on.
32 ACP and 380 ACP. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they.
I mean, if you're going to shoot yourself in the face, why not do it with an antique?
Exactly. I mean, and he doesn't have Derringers on there. You could definitely get a Derringer.
Oh yeah.
What's some other fun pocket pistols like?
Well, Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. That's going to be a better quality
awful.
shooter.
Yep. I mean, all 380 pocket pistols are the most unpleasant gun to shoot.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, it'll go off. Like, I mean, you're not carrying something like that because you want to have a pleasant shooting experience.
Right.
These are like emergency, oh shit, I need a pistols.
Yeah. And like the Keltec P32, like it has...
I have to look that up.
Reasonable review. Like Keltec, they tend to be like reliable-ish. Like they tend to be simple and do the thing they're supposed to do. But...
They look terrible, though.
Oh yeah, they're god awful. The MSRP on the P32 is $369.
Wow.
So yeah, you could probably find this thing for like on a good day like $200.
So let's stop talking about butt guns. I want to throw something at you. So there's a company that has been making guns for a long time, but now they've got sort of a pseudo famous, influencer guy. I wouldn't say influencer. He's more of a writer, content creator. I'm talking about Taurus.
Oh, Caleb. Yes.
Yeah. So now he works for them, obviously. So that's why he's, but it does seem like their guns suck less than they used to.
So, okay.
How do we feel about Taurus guns? Because I still own one Taurus revolver that is a piece of shit. It shoots good, but you can't get the cases out of this 22 revolver I have.
Right. So, to give minor backstory, like Caleb made his name doing 1911 reviews, and his first review he did was the Taurus 1911 and basically shit on it wholesale, which and so so when he started this, I was like, when he started working for Taurus, I'm like, well, paycheck to paycheck. But according to him, because I still follow him, I disagree with him on a lot of things, but his obsession with revolvers I find fascinating. But
he's a revolver guy.
Yeah, but he almost tries to justify them too much for my taste. But
I know.
Anyways, according
they're
to
useful.
him,
They're not that great.
Right. According to him, they got a new CEO or a new COO or something who is taking reliability more seriously. The problem, and from what they say, he is doing a decent job of that. The problem is once you have a bad reputation, it's hard to come back from.
Very hard to overcome.
Because Taurus's bad reputation isn't sometimes they sucked. No, their reputation is they sold guns to their national police force that if you shook them, they would go off. Mm-hmm. And everyone knows someone with a Taurus that is either a piece of shit or was in an evidence locker. If there's a shooting somewhere, it's probably a Taurus.
Yeah. I owned the Taurus little their version of the LCP back in the day. I only bought it because it was like $180, and let me tell you, it was worth all of 120.
Yep.
It was that much more unpleasant to shoot than the LCP. And the LCP, like any 380 like that, none of them are pleasant, but it was especially unpleasant. But I'll give it this. It did work as long as you had round-nosed bullets.
Right.
If they were flat-nosed 380s, it didn't like it very much because the feed ramp was basically a vertical wall. That revolver of mine, I bought that back in like 2016, I think. I've had it for a long time. It does shoot nice. Like it goes where you aim, but the double action trigger is like 47 pounds. The single action's not bad, but you can't get the cases out. Like you have to spike the ejector rod on a table to get the spent cases out.
Nice.
After you fire it, yeah. I wouldn't mind, something the size of a J frame, maybe slightly larger, as another carry gun option. Mm-hmm. And I would be willing to look at a Taurus, but I still have this bad taste in my mouth from my other Taurus revolver.
Right, and that's what they have to overcome is everyone knowing or having that bad taste, whether they had it themselves or from somebody close to them.
Well, and Smith & Wesson kind of has that with the M&Ps too. Like, the Gen 1 M&Ps were hot garbage.
Yeah, they were terrible, and instead of being like, okay, let's just remove that line and we're just coming out with this new line, they're like, we're doubling down. And in their defense, they have come back.
But the 2.0s are pretty fucking good. I like them.
They are. I'm a fan. It's what I carry.
Yeah, you carry one.
So, like, I'm a fan, but, like, they shit the bed on that one. It's like Springfield XDs. Like, the XDMs and, like, the later XDs weren't terrible from what I understand. It was just the early ones were god-awful. Yeah. And so once you have a bad reputation, it's really hard to come back from it. And so if someone was like, hey, I want a pocket pistol, the first thing I'm going to do is ask what size pants do you wear? Because like I can pocket pistol a Glock 19, but I wear 511s and like I have big pockets and I'm a large person, but like a Smith & Wesson Shield isn't it's a big pocket gun, but it's not an unreasonable pocket gun.
No, as long as it doesn't have a dot on it, you could put it in a pocket.
Right, and let's be 100% clear. If you have a pocket pistol, this is for like pull and shoot dude in face at 2 feet.
Yeah,
like, This is you are not dropping somebody from across the parking lot.
You're not doing dick and drills at this with this pistol.
No,
although that'd be a fun challenge.
I'm down for it.
I have an LCP.
I know because when we did the Dickens drill, Lane did it with a J-frame in 22 Magnum and got all 8 shots on the target. And I was like, damn, because I can't hit the target at 7 yards with a 38 J-frame. But like,
I shot it with my P07 and I had all the shots. I like that. Isn't it 8 shots in 15 seconds or 10 seconds, something like that?
I think it's
at 40 yards.
Yeah, it's like 10 shots in 15 seconds, I think, or something like that. And
but he had a revolver, so he just couldn't shoot as many.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So he did a reload and got 8 on there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty baller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I shot it in well under whatever the time limit is. I think it is 10 seconds.
Yeah, Lane made fun of me because I did it with my Shadow 2 from outside the waistband.
Oh, that is dumb.
I mean, I did it in half the time, so I feel like I validated it, but I
even did it with Hornady critical defense bullets.
Ooh.
Or duty. No, they were critical duty. They were 135 green.
I can conceal carry a Shadow 2. Like
you can, yes. I had a guy show up to a class with a Shadow 2 with an appendix holster.
Nice.
I was like, wow, that's a bold move.
Bold move, God.
Yeah, strong stance you got there. Speaking of which, when you were talking about like the overcoming the reputation, something I hear every once in a while at a permit class is somebody will say, "Yeah, I don't really care for those Glocks in the unsupported chambers." That's like a 20-year-old problem that was fixed with the Gen 3.
And my favorite is they probably had a SIG.
Odds are they do. I will oftentimes in class, if I think of saying it just because I like to needle them, I'll say, yeah, there's pretty much no modern pistol I wouldn't carry except a SIG P320.
Yeah, even the P365 has a stellar reputation. It's just the P320s.
I personally don't like it just because I just don't like how it just doesn't. I don't like it. I don't think it's gonna go off in your pants or it'll go off when you drop it. I don't think any of those things. I just personally don't like a grip the shape of a hot dog.
I'm in the same boat as you. Because it's too small for me. And now
all of those guns are too small for you.
True, but now they've come out with the SIG P365 macro comp Sport Spectre.
It was a cooler gun the first time they came out with it when it was called the P320 Compact.
Yes,
but a trigger that doesn't go off by itself. So I guess progress. Anyway, moving on. What do people train that is pointless? You kind of alluded to this already.
Yeah. Yes. So, within the shooting game world, your build drill doesn't matter.
No, but if you're learning to shoot fast, I think a build drill is really useful.
Correct. I agree, but sometimes me and Nick or me and Steven will get bored at the end of a thing, and we're like, hey, let's do a couple build drills. I'm like, I'm getting nothing from this except for the joy of going brat. And it's like another one that I find pointless that people train is like one reload ones are legendarily pointless because people don't form their grip on the first round and then they don't tend to aim the second round.
No, and the hard part is returning the gun.
Yep.
Like that's to be able to two reload two, like 4 aces, that's
a reasonable drill.
Yeah.
People trying to I think people trying to burn down their draw time to under a second. I've seen a few people I'm trying to get to 0.9 and people are like, why?
Are you talking about from concealment?
No, that one's there's some concealment guys that say they do it that fast. And I'm like, hard doubt on that one. But from concealment guys, stop training reloads. Just
if I ever shoot from concealment in a match, my mag pouches are going to be OWB.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm not fucking around with that. No. And, if I'm ever in a concealed carry shooting, I don't regularly carry a reload mag. Nope. I'm not carrying 30 rounds with my Glock 19 when I carry that. I'm not. If may carry my old school shield, the A-round shield, I would carry a second mag with that.
Right, and it's the old joke if you feel like you need more bullets than your gun can carry, why are you going there?
Yeah.
Or if you think you're going to need more bullets, bring a bigger gun. So it's I carry a full size 5-inch M&P.
Do you have a mag extension on it?
I have carried with a mag extension. It pokes out a little too far.
Yeah.
It makes it look like I have a medical device in my stomach.
Yeah. You just say you have a colostomy bag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the amount of times that I'm on RCCW and there's a couple guys that post their dry fire routines.
That's the best. That's how you get a gun into a concert. You just say you have a colostomy bag. You want to see it?
Right. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, based off of Trump shooting, it doesn't feel like security's that tight, anyways.
Well, we went to God. What did we go to? Oh, we went to the PBR rodeo. Was in Sioux Falls here, and they switched security companies apparently, and the new one is hiring some real top notch people. Let me tell you, because I walked in. And I walked through the metal detector with my phone and my keys in my hand. And after I walked through the metal detector, it went bleep. And they're just like, yep, go ahead and go on through. I'm like, son of a bitch, I could have been carrying my gun.
Yep. Yeah. And And
They
so,
would have
like,
wanted me. The old company, my buddy Jeremy used to work for the old company that did it, and they would have wanted me. They'd have found my gun.
yeah, and so it's you know you gotta learn where you're traveling, and,
Yeah.
and now you know when you go to the rodeo you can carry your gun. Did I send you the bullfight thing?
Bullfight.
I probably didn't. So like they were doing the event where you stand in a circle, then the bull like is let loose, and it's whoever's the last person standing in their circle wins. So they were trying to get the bull like staged to like go into the ring or whatever. It got out and was like running people down, and the cop runs over and tasers it. Does nothing.
I would have tried it.
Right, he tried it, and I think he was about to draw his gun before the video stopped.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess is 300,000 volts and whatever amperage it is that enough to must not be enough.
Right.
Or did they not both connect?
Or does the bull have so much testosterone? Because I mean, we've all seen the video of the really heavy set dude that gets tased and is like, "I'll be back for you later."
I forgot about that guy.
So yeah, there's silly things that people want to train because they think that it'll make them better. When at the end of the day, figure out what your 80% is, and like the 80% of whatever sport or whatever activity, whatever you're doing, train to that. And once you're like, I'm good at this, then add the dumb stuff. Like, we all do it for fun. It's fine. Because like, yes, if you've got a 1 second draw and a 2 second bill drill, yeah, do your reloads from concealment. That's fine. Like, you're good enough. But when you see dudes that like with like a 3.5 or 4 second draw trying to like do reloads, you're like, nope, stop wasting time. You have X amount of time and you have X amount of skills.
Yeah, like that dude we saw, he posted a thing on Reddit a while back, and his draw was fine, and he thought it was not fast enough, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Your draw is just fine.
And that's kind of a larger discussion of reasonable standards and like reasonable expectations, is because we've got like autistic nerds are like, here's my 0.8 draw to first shot, blah blah blah, and you're like, well, that's kind of like unreasonable. Like it's almost too like you've trained it so much. Where are the rest of your skills? Or like, why do I not know about you because you're a grandmaster in USPSA? Like, so people have, because even what is it, active self-protection talks about people like, oh, if you have a 1 second draw, like you're good to deal with all these situations. You're like, you don't even have a 1 second draw, so like, why are you advocating for this?
I mean, a 1 second draw from appendix is doable on a close target.
But you're a high level shooter or at least a high level gun manipulator.
No. I'm just saying it's doable. Like, it's a thing people can achieve. It isn't impossible. It's not wizardry. You can get down to 1 second. Whenever I practice appendix draws, I set it to 0.9, and I get it most of the time as long as I get the shirt out of the way.
Right.
And that's really the key, is just, getting your shirt out of the way. But anyway. Okay. Let's see. I know our Reddit is a little lighter than normal because we didn't ask for anything this week. I totally forgot. Sorry about that. It's always better when we ask. We just got to remember to ask. We should have a recurring post.
Yep.
We can do that in Reddit. It'll let us do that. Of the last three things that are in there, holsterless shooting. What is that? What are you talking about?
Oh, this is a USPSA thing.
Okay.
So, having a level 1 provision that allows for people to shoot USPSA without a holster as
competitive equity.
Yes, that was the argument I threw out too, and the person Nolan, the person I was talking to, was like, yeah, but like you're setting a $200 bar of entry and like a skill set that people don't have to show up to the sport. And so like giving the option at level 1s of being like, hey, you can shoot holsterless.
I think it should be up to the match director.
but at least giving them the option.
The option is for like somebody new.
Someone new, or I'm going to throw it out there because I don't think they are able to listen to podcasts, but older people that have kind of questionable gun handling skills.
That's how, like, the only indoor match that happens in my town, it's an outlaw thing. It's not USPSA. And it is all, like, everybody's got their gun in their holster, but that's just so they have it conveniently. So when they start the stage, all the stages are starting with the gun at low ready.
Yeah.
Because the range just doesn't want anybody drawing from a holster. So,
right.
Which some of the people who come to that, I completely understand why. Yeah.
And it was just, because I've talked to it with my buddy Todd, and I was talking to it with Nolan, and I was like, yeah, that does make sense. It's like, hey, we're doing this entry match, or you like check entry or first year or something like that, and it gives you the you're like, okay, I'm starting from low ready on every stage, and every stage you unload and show clear, and then bag the gun back up, so you're not walking around with the gun. Just as a newbie friendly way of being like, hey, come check this out. Don't, like, you have a gun, you have magazines, like, come do this.
So we have a Patreon where you get a second episode every week. Now, everybody gets the second episode, but if you want the whole second episode, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow, $3.57 a month gets you 4 extra episodes, full episodes a month. I've been pretty generous with the bonus episode being a little longer. Like, I put the whole Adam Maxwell video interview in a couple weeks ago. So everybody pretty much got 2 shows that week. But we had another 45 minutes of show after that some people didn't get. So patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. We got a guy who signed up just because he said, shout out to Jeff on our Reddit, reddit.com/r/NASS. Thanks for calling out some of the bullshit in the gun industry, gun tube, like your anthems, dog whistle bullshit. For that, you ain't earned another Patreon sub. Well, thank you, Mr. U/destroy all Trumps.
Oh, I love it.
By the way, there was a comment. I don't know what that... I mean, maybe he's talking about a card game. Maybe he's talking about Buck. It's this dumb card game my in-laws play. It's basically like... Did you ever see Big Daddy with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
And they're playing the card game I Win?
Yeah.
That's what Buck is.
Right.
It's just I win. Oh, why? Well, because spades were Trump, so I win. Like, I swear to God, my in-laws are just making shit up, and I lost this card game. I'm like, I'm out.
My family played spades, and if you ever played a spade, you were trumping the hand.
So maybe he's talking about card games. I don't know. I just have to say this: if you're looking for a really fun card game to like play at like family get-togethers, cover your assets. You have to buy it. It's like specific cards. It's not like a regular playing card game, but cover your assets. It's fucking fun. It's so good. It's so fun. Cover your assets. Just write it down. Get it for family get-togethers. It's great. It's so fun. It's a lot more fun if you have more than 3 people, though, for sure. It's only designed for 3 to 6, but if you have like 7 or 8, man, my in-laws, we get competitive at that. Like, there's almost fights. It's awesome. So big thanks to, let's see, who was it that posted this? Blue Fox 280 on our Reddit said, posted about the ammo vending machines. While getting your bread, milk, and eggs, grocery buyers of Texas, Alabama, and Oklahoma can also purchase ammo. 3 states can buy ammo out of vending machines. American Rounds, the distributor of the machines, uses AI to scan the customer's identification as well as facial recognition software to verify the identity. The software works together to verify the buyer's age and that the person is using the machine matches the identification scanned. So you're giving up your ID to buy your ammo. You're not going down to Shields with cash.
There's almost part of me that thinks these are going to fail because, hey, the AI has got to keep a database and compare your photo.
Guess what? If you buy ammo online, you're on a list.
Yes.
If you buy bullets online, you're on a list. Like, we're all on a list. Don't think you're not on a list. Unless you've only ever paid cash at a local gun store, you're on a list. 100%. I kind of like the ammo vending machine thing just because I like it.
Yeah, I don't think it will move a needle in any direction. It gives the average gun buyer who's like, oh, I want my 50 rounds of 9mm to go shoot at trash. Like they have they have that ability.
Well, and like shooting at trash. It's so funny you say that because like, okay, I've talked a lot about the new range they're building out by Rapid City. Here's the thing: it's the second largest city in South Dakota, and there's not a shooting range within 50 miles of that town. There's this place called Beretta Road, ironically titled, where people will just go into the national forest and shoot shit.
Yeah.
And it's literally this like makeshift range that's just on a National Forest Service road, and people are dragging out washers and dryers and garbage and shit, and they shoot up stuff, and it's a mess. And like, I just hate the mess people leave behind. You know,
yeah.
Like if you drag shit out into the desert or some BLM land or something, like pick up after yourself, you lazy fuck.
Yep.
God.
It's
gross.
And that's what everyone's always like. Oh, they're closing off BLM land to shooting. They're like,
yeah, it's
not
because
the shooting.
these assholes are leaving a mess behind.
Yep.
That's why.
It's the shotgun shells and the
pick up after
TVs
yourself.
And just pack in, pack out. Like
yeah, it's not hard.
Camping 101.
Yeah, we were walking up Crow Peak in the Black Hills last weekend. I saw almost no garbage, and the garbage I did see was like sometimes you accidentally drop a granola bar wrapper. Yeah, that was the only thing I found was a Cliff Bar wrapper along the trail, and it probably just accidentally fell out of somebody's pocket. You know, like sometimes that happens. But I've been places where there's like, it's a place where I'm backpacking in, and there's a fucking Pepsi can on the ground. Like, fuck you. Like, pick that shit up. Like, you're not accidentally dropping a Pepsi can. Plus, you rode an ATV to get in here. If you're carrying Pepsi. Like, I'm not carrying Pepsi when all my water's on my back. Asshole. Okay. I like the ammo vending machines. Let's see here. What else was on? People just, like, randomly posted their own stuff. Let's see what else there's there. Owen! Dry fire drinks. This is a fantastic topic. What are your preferred drinks when dry firing? For me, it's a good IPA. Owen,
Basic
IPA
bitch.
is donkey piss. Just saying. There's no such thing as a good IPA. I can't believe anybody drinks it. Or is this rabbit frowned upon? But he spelled upon wrong. That's okay. Is this rabbit frowned upon? What the fuck?
I'm guessing that his phone autocorrected like topic to rabbit or something like that. But
Jeff, do you drink while you dry fire?
you goddamn right. Train like you fight.
I can't say I always dry fire in the morning, like first thing in the morning. So I don't think I've ever drank and dry fired. If I dry fired in the evening, I would totally have a beer while I do it. There's some people I've seen online like, I never have alcohol while I'm reloading ammo. Well, you, sir, are boring. And what else am I going to do when I'm just running the fucking lever? Like, now, if I'm reloading rifle ammo that I want to be good, yeah, I'm not drinking. But I'm still having a beer or a pour of whiskey or bourbon. I'm not getting drunk while I'm reloading ammo. I'm not hammered going, hey, these will work out great when I go to Nats, won't it? This is going to be good.
All I hear is weakness.
You're just not training hard enough. You're not training it to a high enough level.
Right. If you're not on your third old-fashioned while dry firing, you haven't dry fired long enough. Like, no, when I had my reloading set up in my basement, I would drink my honey whiskey and I would have a nice little buzz while I reloaded, and then I would, because I would reload and dry fire at the same time, and so the drinking for the reloading and the drinking for the dry firing, it was just the same amount of drinking, so it worked out for me. And I have this thing where I don't handle any ammunition, and I actually never rack my slide, so I don't even put dummy rounds into the chamber of my gun, and so I'm never not safe. And so I never have a problem with the concept of drinking while you dry fire because dry fire is boring and you should have fun.
I think if you have dedicated dry fire magazines, this is 100% okay.
And if you don't have 100% dedicated dry fire magazines, you are a scrub.
Oh, yes, I know. I'm a poor because I don't have 57 magazines for my Glock.
You need one magazine full of dummy rounds.
So right now I have, guess how many dry fire magazines I have for my tac sport?
One?
No, I have 7. It's all the old 40 cal mags.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And I just downloaded them, so it's about the same weight as like a full 9mm magazine. But I still only have 3 9mm magazines.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm still like, God, here's how autistic I am, Jeff. I created a spreadsheet to do the math between getting a Shadow 2 and a TS2.
Yeah.
As my extra metal framed heavy gun for shooting limited optics or
I think
carry
that's
optics.
completely reasonable.
Okay. Well, I was a little surprised because I own a TS Orange. I would have to buy a holster no matter what, most likely, because the TS2 and the TS Orange not compatible. I'm thinking a TS2 would a TS Orange would go in a TS2 holster, but not the other way around.
Right.
Because the dust cover is fatter on a TS2. So no matter what, I'm buying a holster, whether I get a Shadow 2 or a TS2.
Yeah.
I'm bringing this up because my buddy Dan asked me the other day, like, hey, did you decide which gun you're getting yet? When I did the math, because I would have to buy grips for a Shadow 2. I already have a second set of grips for a TS2.
Yeah.
I would have to buy base pads for a Shadow 2. They come with 3 mags, right? Or 2 mags? Does a Shadow 2 come with 3 mags? It better. For $1,000, you better get 3 mags. I think they do. I think they do come with 3 mags. Initially, I probably wouldn't buy extra mags, but I'm still going to have to buy base pads and mag extensions and followers. So,
yeah.
And when I did the math, actually the Shadow 2 was slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
Even with the optic cut. It was only by like $100 though. So
yeah, and at that point it's meh. But
but at the same time, I don't own the most popular pistol in USPSA.
Right.
And I kind of want to own it, but at the same time, I've shot them and they're like, yeah, they're okay, but I like my tac sport better.
Yeah.
Like it just like I've said a million times, that gun gives me a boner.
Right. And, and if it's what you enjoy, then go with it.
Yeah, I'm going to get the sequel to the boner gun.
Right.
That costs $500 less.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and we can, I don't know if you want to jump into that topic or save it for later, but yeah, it's
what topic?
Do you ever shoot really nice guns and then want them? And for me,
that was a topic last week that we forgot from Reddit.
Yep.
Because there was a guy who shot was it an Atlas?
Yeah, he said an Atlas Athena, and
now he's obsessed and he's dying to get an Atlas.
And so everything Andy just said is why I don't do this. Like you could, like, because me and my buddy Nick were talking about it, and we came to the conclusion, like, let's say I bought a Staccato P, like, okay, now I need to buy a holster hanger, a new belt, new mag pouches.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're at $500 and we haven't even done anything with the gun yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, let's say I'm not changing anything on the gun. I have the optic already.
For the record, I probably would not do anything with the trigger in a Shadow 2 if I bought one. I would just shoot it stock.
Yeah, I mean, until you try one of mine.
I would like to try one of yours.
Yeah. And then you need, like you said, between 6 and 8 magazines to have a set of practice and a set of like match mags and a dry fire mag.
It sucks to not have dedicated practice mags. It really does.
Yeah, and so just switch guns or to add a gun that I might compete with, you're talking about like a $2,000-$3,000 like changeover without even counting the cost of the gun. So I don't. You could hand me an Infinity open gun, and I'll be like, oh, that was cool. I'm not spending $10,000.
No. Like open, I'm not old enough or rich enough for open yet. When I get old enough, I might. But even still, like
limited
optics is like, I think limited optics is going to kill open.
I agree.
I really do.
I think it'll kill limited and open at the same time.
I think it's going to become the only division.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's going to be.
I agree
because
with
you can shoot like just a regular gun in it.
Yep.
And it's still fun, and you can still be competitive. Like I could shoot a Glock 34 and still be pretty much as competitive as I am in CO because all the heat's in CO.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree that the limited optics basically invalidates the requirement to shoot open unless you're obsessed with major power score or major scoring.
And there's a handful of people who really like that.
Right, but
I mean, open is it is a different animal, and the open, like the hardcore open shooters, like they're not. I think they're a lot less tempted by it than.
Right, the people who are already committed to it aren't switching because they have $20,000 in guns, but like I would say people who are like on the fence are like, well, I want to go to a more big boy division, a more expensive, serious division.
Yeah.
But I don't want, and I think they'll end up in limited optics before they end up in open. And I'm not saying people won't go shoot open. Like it is the F1 car or the F1 race of shooting sports, like or pistol sports. There's always going to be someone who's got an Infinity open gun who's like, all right, I want to go fast. Let's go. And I'm like, it's cool when they run and they work. They're great.
Yeah.
When they poop all their bullets on the ground, it's less fun.
And if I ever shoot open, I'm telling you right now, all I'm going to do is get a threaded barrel for my TSO and a frame mount for the optic and a comp, and I'm done.
Just make it
like I'll have to spend like basically turn a TSO into a checkmate. I think the checkmate is a little shorter slide.
Yeah,
I think the barrel and slide is, well, the barrel is probably the same length, but the slide and dust cover is shorter to accommodate the comp. But I know CZ Custom, I think CZ USA sells like a slightly longer barrel, threaded barrel for a comp. So if I ever do it, it'll be with a CZ. I'm never buying a 2011 open gun. That will not happen. I may buy a Shadow 2, and I swore years ago, I'm like, I'm never going to buy one. I don't need that because I got Glocks, and they're just fine, and blah, 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 blah. And then I started shooting my Tac Sport with 9mm. I'm like, I have a boner. I take back things I said in the past. But I'm pretty sure I'm never going to buy a 2011 open gun. Now, if I win Powerball or something, maybe. Right. If I ever get accidental fuck you money, sure, I'll buy an Infinity open gun. Why not? I mean, people buy houses at lakes that cost $2 million and they look like mine, but they're on a lake, so it's $2 million. If I got fuck you money, I might do it. You never know.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Jeff, I'm a little drunk by the end of the show.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what happened. I had 2 summer shandies and 2 pours of Kirkland small batch Barton 1792.
Nice.
Bourbon whiskey. So I'm feeling finer than frog hair right now.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we didn't mention? MW Activewear. Oh, my club, my OG club, the Sioux Falls Practical Shooters, just got jerseys. They're getting jerseys from Michelle. She designed a logo for them, and it looks fantastic. They've never had like a club logo or jerseys or anything.
Yeah, she does great.
Or they did some jerseys once, but they're kind of, it was like whatever the old guys came up with for some random design. And I have one of those, but I'm super excited to get one of the new Sioux Falls Practical Shooters jerseys. They look really cool. MW Activewear on Instagram. That's where you can find them. Patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. Subscribe to us, just $3.57 a month. You get an extra episode every week. Did we miss anything? Was there anything in the Reddit we missed that we should have mentioned? You know what we didn't do? You know, one thing we didn't do, because Steven actually missed it, was all of the Steven's So Good jokes.
Well,
we didn't read
We
them.
do those in the Patreon.
Did we?
No, we can.
No, we don't need to. It's a whole bunch. Although Nolan came in with some heat later in the game on that one. He came in strong. There were some good ones in there towards the end. That was solid. All right. Well, thank you so much for downloading and listening. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.